We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hi.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today, Jill and I talk about improving your mailer yield and how it's fiction.
Sounds very technical.
It's not.
Okay.
It's
Sounds
not. Actually,
technical.
this is more of a Jill topic than anything else. And at the end of this, there's just a massive compliment for you. And I'm not trying to get anything from you, but it's true.
Are you sure?
We'll see what happens.
If you were trying to get some, let's just talk for just a moment here. Let's pause, time out. If you were trying to get something from me, what would it be?
Smiles.
Oh, that's not fun.
I work for Smiles.
What the heck? Oh, that's hilarious.
Do you ever see people like walking around Manhattan with the sign that says, hug me, or I work for Smiles? That's
I've
the
never
fastest
seen
way to
that.
get murdered.
Are you serious? People do that? Not anymore, probably.
Yeah, probably not. Probably in a hazmat suit.
Wow. Not for hugs. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think, what would I be working for? You know what? Hey, true time. Okay. I smile all the time. This is a fact.
Yes,
so that's
you do.
easy. So you're not being totally upfront here, but
Didn't take long to get off topic, but here we go.
No.
This is a conversation Jill and I had in the car on the way back from in the RV looking at some real estate recently. What's your love language? What are the 5 love languages? You have this memorized?
touch, acts of service.
Acts of service.
Do you think I'm kidding? Like words of affirmation. You guys know what I'm talking about. Affirmation. And then I can't remember the other ones.
There's 5.
Right.
Touching, compliments.
But that's affirmation.
Doing
acts
stuff.
of service. That's
which
acts of
is doing
service.
stuff.
Yeah. I can't
There's
remember.
other ones, 2 other ones.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I
matter.
remember.
We both very quickly realized it's all acts of service for us.
Yeah, but they're different acts of service. I can't believe we're doing this. This is really true time. My acts of service is like, thank you for clearing the table. I didn't have to say anything, and I just turned around and you took care of the table and the dishes. I'm like, that's awesome. Or even just lining up dinner and I didn't have to think about it. Like, your version of acts of service or doing something, as you call it, is showing up to this podcast on time.
Or starting a company without me knowing, and then it turn around and makes all kinds of money. That's a great act. You're the girl for me.
Thanks.
Or buying a piece of real estate that generates a ridiculous return. And a whole thing, I didn't even know about it.
Right.
So, yeah. But it's not
funny.
touch or anything like that. I mean, all those things happen, but for both of us.
Affection. Like, I like it, but it's not as important to me as I come home and the house looks great. That's what I love.
Welcome to the Steve and Jill Show, wrecking marriages everywhere.
That's right.
Every woman listening to this is going to go home and say, what's your love language? And whatever it is, I don't like it.
Yeah. Here's the whole point of that. If you don't know, if you haven't read the book, I'm sure everybody here knows what we're talking about. You read the book. You got to do what the other person wants, not what you want. That's the whole thing. You learn what
There's
they
a
like.
book?
Well, oh my gosh. Yes. You didn't. Oh my, yes. There's several books.
Of course there's a book.
So, and it's like managing a company and managing employees. If you expect your employees to mirror you and act how you're going to fail.
Yep.
But if you learn to manage and motivate them, whatever motivates them,
it's the first rule
that's how you win.
of parenting is meet your children from where they come. And from where they're coming is not when they're 2 is way different than when they're 15. So it's your job to adjust. They're not going to adjust.
Yes. So screaming at people is not the way to get stuff
That's
done.
right. Screaming is not a love language. Speaking of that, my grandmother.
That's what I can do with love languages.
That's the Steve love language book. Here's your 5 love languages.
Wait. Can we be
Put downs?
Like how you were raised?
Yeah. There's put downs, screaming. Those are 2 Steve love languages.
How about unnecessary chores?
Silence.
Silence. Yeah.
Like the silence.
Shaming.
Unnecessary chores.
And now you're going to paint that fence again.
Draining the pool and scrubbing it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
How withholding sex.
Yeah.
There's a love language for you. That does. Embarrassment in public.
Unwanted international travel.
Oh my gosh. That's great. Okay.
You want to freak your spouse out, put a can of rat poisoning on the sink and
Leave it there.
Serve dinner.
Serve spaghetti. That's awful.
How far off the topic
are we? Oh my gosh. Mental torture. Whew. Okay.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And don't forget to subscribe on the Land Academy YouTube channel and comment on the shows you like.
If you're saying to yourself, something's wrong with these two, you are correct. But at least we're screwed up together.
That's right.
All right. Kristen wrote, question for the group. In a blind offer scenario, what is the rule of thumb for number of mailers to accepted offers?
Okay. So this is
you.
This is the topic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not picking on you, Kristen, at all. You just happened to ask the question perfectly and directly, and I'm going to answer it. The general rule for rural vacant land is about 1,500. For every 1,500 offers you send out, you're going to get probably 5 people that respond favorably, and then one of those properties is going to work really well under your parameters. So you're in complete control. Now let's get to the topic, because you're not the problem.
Short and sweet.
Today's topic, improving mailer yield is truly fiction. This is why you're listening. So I'm teaching this class called Get Your Mailer Out. It's an intensive class, and every single new person who takes this seriously, which I really appreciate, which is not everybody, and I can tell they're serious because they take these classes or they're career path members or whatever. Mm-hmm. They take it beyond the regular Land Academy membership. They watch they
show up.
I can tell who's watching the program, the educational programs that Jill and I put together. You can see the level of intelligence in these questions, and it's very natural when you're on my. I can't catch my breath from laughing so hard. It's very natural if you're on the Jack side of this, on the data and the analytical side, to look at how I do it and how I describe it, and look at it with healthy criticism and judgment and question, which is all good. I think that those are signs of success in everything, not just Land Academy. And so what ends up happening is it's very natural to say, well, Jack, you're doing it this way. And that's great. And people in the group are doing it this way. I can tell in Discord, but have you ever considered doing this, 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 and this? Mm-hmm. And I have, a bunch of template answers for that now. Yeah, I have, but why? That's my answer. Mm-hmm. So that's what this show is really about. Why? What happens if I'm wrong and you, new person, who's got a PhD in data, let's say, because I certainly don't. And
I would argue that you do.
Way
self-taught.
more versed in the new technology and how to parse out data and all kinds of stuff, which is what we do. Why haven't you considered to do it this way? To which I say, why would I do that? And this has happened, and I get some version of the same answer every single time. Well, because it's going to increase your mailer yield. Mm-hmm. All right. Congratulations, PhD data. That might be true. But it's 1,500 to 1. Maybe I do all this stuff, build these tools, spend all this time, reprice everything, try all your new stuff for what? To get 1,200 to 1? Mm-hmm. So I saved what? $35 on a mailer? Mm-hmm. I reduced hate. I mean, none of those things are really in the end going to work. And the bigger these database tools that you build, the more they break, the more they become obsolete quickly. I'm telling you.
How much time does it take?
How much time does it take?
That's really
what it is like, it's like completing a sculpture and pulling the sheet off of it at the end and patting yourself on the back and saying, I just spent 1,000 hours doing this and I don't have any more money. I lost 1,000 hours.
My wife left.
So here's
Whatever.
my point. There's so much marriage this week.
Sorry.
Marital Overtones by Jill. My wife
Maybe
left.
it's on my mind.
Haven't taken a shower for 3 weeks.
There you go. That'll do it.
So why? So this is what I tell everybody in that environment, and I will continue to do so until somebody says, I built a database where every 3 offers I send out, I get a response. That's just, until that happens, I'm hard and fast on this.
3 to 1.
Here, if you really want to improve mailer yield, go to Jill's side. This is the compliment that got all this crazy stuff started today.
Thank you.
There are, like I said, 1,500 to 1. 5 people respond favorably, and you choose one property to buy and go off and double your money. That's the model. There's a lot of other people who call back and say, I'm going to find out who your children are, and I'm going to probably murder them next week. Because they're just upset with the number. You know, we call it the hate, H-A-I-G-H-T. We don't get threats like that. I'm grossly over, but they're very upset. What Jill does.
Take my class.
Historically.
Which is what we do.
Historically, what Jill does in some cases, not in the crazy cases, will turn those people around and buy their property.
Yeah.
That's true talent. What I do is just numbers and
you make my phone ring.
Data scrubbing and stuff. It's not what I do. My side of this is not that big of a deal. There's not that much to improve on. The system works. We use I'm not here to save $35 on a mailer so I can look in the mirror and say, God, I'm so smart. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that this happens is because I have 25 years of failing and it works now.
Right.
Jill, on the other hand, and Jill's got a whole following now on her side. These people can answer the phone, take in this hate, meet these people from where they're coming. They wouldn't be calling if they're not real sellers. You know, the people that don't care about this get the offer and laugh, show it to their soon-to-be ex-wife, rip it up and laugh about it and throw it away. Mm-hmm. If they call you back, or in a lot of cases, mail it back with some kind of note saying you missed a 0, they're sellers, just not at that price. So what do? You get them to get a price, or you have some rule about this, some conversion rule. Everybody's got a price. Make them give you a price. There's some value. Did you space out?
No, I wasn't ready for it. Sorry. I didn't know I was going to be on the spot.
So we're doing a whole show right now.
I was trying to save some stuff for Friday because are we going to talk about this more on Friday? But I don't know. So I make a game out of it. Honestly, my goal is to just connect with these people and get their number. There's a number. Look, you either want to sell or you don't. This is my whole theory. You either want to sell or you don't. If you don't want to sell, great. I get it. Your husband, your parents are already buried on the property and your husband's on the property and you have a spot for you. It's never leaving the family. I get it. I'm not going to move you all. So that's totally fine. I wish you the best. But for everybody else, there's a number and they may not need the money right now. So their number might be a make me move number. So that's not my customer too. Like, have a great day. That's not the seller I want to work with. But everybody else, we just need to get to the bottom of it.
So follow me on the math here. You send 1,500 units out. The 5 people that said they want to sell, and you chose the one that works because the other 4 might not be alive. There might be real issues blocking the sale.
Or no access.
Now you've got
something.
10 to 15. These are real numbers. 10 to 15 people that are pretty darn angry with the value that you sent them. If Jill converts one of those 10, then we all agree they're sellers, or most of them are. They're just not at that price. If we can make one more deal out of a 1,500 unit mailer work, my ROI doubles. So please don't focus on mailer yield on the Jack side. Focus on mailer yield on the Jill side.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Need to send out a few thousand offers to property owners like us? Check out offers2owners.com. So it's offers2owners.com. No setup fees, free mail merge, exceptional service, and now including just released for everyone, concierge data and pricing. It's awesome. Give Offers to Owners a call today. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us here on the Land Academy Show and House Academy Show, as he's going to explain.
Tomorrow, the episode on the House Academy Show is called Zillow's Buying Spree and How It's Gone Wrong. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Yeah, that was interesting. I'm not surprised. I was kind of wondering, honestly, with these companies that are just like, hey, fill out this form, get a check. I'm like, who's behind there really checking the property and making sure it's a good buy? And
Nobody.
That's what I was wondering. And how's that gonna play out? And honestly, the more companies that were doing it made me feel good, because I'm like, hey, they can all just kind of, feed on each other. You know what I mean? We'll be over here being,
because we're real estate people, not tech people.
Well, yeah, we're over here being who we are and connecting with people, following through. We're not making them call this number and press 4 and wait for somebody and try to get the deal done and get paid out. They can call and we'll answer. It's a big difference.
Zillow is a private equity startup, like most companies now. Not old companies, but most new ones. And it's run by money people who are very, very good at spending money and generating a profit on it. That's why they're there.
And
they're very, very good tech people.
But yeah.
How that translates to buying a house and reselling it for more money, well, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Thank you for tuning in. By the way, if you're a Land Academy member, be sure you join us on Discord.
We are Steve and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.